It's got a lot of new cool features coming up. So hopefully we see you guys joining there in the CEVO Open, IM, or main divisions, and you'll get to see the pro teams like these guys play in the main division.
Took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say these two teams have signed up as well, along with Denial and the other pro teams as well. So
Homeless is yet to officially sign up because they had their roster switch, so they were signed up.
Right.
Currently, if you check the rosters, they are not signed up, but hopefully we bring them back in the fold. It shouldn't be too difficult because I know that they're excited about it.
Yeah, I am as well. Are we live this time?
Who knows? We're talking like we don't, like nobody tells us these things. I'm going to check with the admins because they need to tell me these things.
It might be. This looks pretty serious. We got a bomb plant and nothing doing the headshots. It's 2v2. TCK and Homeless, or Dazed, excuse me, are the last two alive. There goes TCK. That leaves Dazed on the clutch here. If this is live, nothing cleans it up, and that's 1-0 complexity. I'm acting like it's live.
Yeah, that's good. It's like a contingency plan, so like we'll call it in case it's live, but if it's not. I see SMGs, therefore must be live. Semphis has an SMG. It looks like an MP9 or an MP7. Can't tell by that outline. Yes, everybody's bought now, and nothing sporting an AK. Second round, Complexity looking to assert their lead here, and it's going to be a stack it long. Look at Monty, Steele, and Dazed doing a three-man hold while Dazed peels back and goes back to the platform or the swing position. Can't really tell just yet. He has chosen to walk very gingerly along the walkway and challenge Catwalk, who has, I should say, Semphis waiting for him. He sits. First kill of the round goes to Monty, and we've seen this before. Homeless, ultra dangerous on eco round here. Semphis checks the bottom of the stairs where Dazed was waiting. That classic spot, hides numerous people, hundreds over the course of the years. Suddenly, this round leaning toward Complexity where it started is so strong for Homeless. 2 casualties for them, forced to rebuy, but ultimately, pretty clean round for Complexity.
I'm going to really be watching Frost this game. We know he was not too hot on D Nuke, and so I'm wondering if he's going to come back here.
This is another map where if you have a featured opper, he can shine here. He can shine here.
Exactly. So I would expect him to do pretty decent here on Dust 2, because like
Did you see Dazed and whoever getting the kissing competition in CT Spawn?
I think I did. I didn't quite get into it as much as you did. I'm not really into that guy on guy type of thing, you know. But
well, hey.
So we see Sean Garris is moving up to Cat with 2 other members of Complexity. They're going to be favoring this, and looks like 2 more are heading long. So it is going to be favoring A. So you see Sean Garris gets a nice shot there onto Steel, and nothing helps out as well. Dave's getting a kill for himself, but goes down to Sean, and that's going to make it 2 versus 4 here. The retake is going to be pretty difficult for Homeless here, as TCK is only at 7 health, and Frost is trying to do some sniping through the smoke, but gets killed by Hiko. And yeah, TCK in pretty much a hopeless battle right here.
I think TCK feels the exact same way. And yeah, don't know what happened. It didn't go well.
And he's just going to try to get an exit kill, but nope. Not going to happen when you only have 7 health. Swag takes him out, and that's 3-0 Complexity.
3-0 Complexity, we're on to the gun rounds here. Frost is sporting the op that we desperately wanted to see him wield. It's the boom op. Like to see that. Like to see full nades from the counter-terrorist so they can use these nades defensively. And remember, if you're money-strapped as a counter-terrorist, your economy is more expensive. Nades come at a higher premium for you by relative purchasing power, and it's going to make it very, very difficult to defend yourself because, as we've heard before, many people say smokes in this game, they're virtually walls. You can't see through them. They're temporary, you can't come through here barriers. Dazed standing back, good hold here. We've seen something similar to this with Steel up in front. He'll flash for him and peek, and speaking of peeking, nothing does just that, and Frost lands the first op kill, claims the first victim. Hiko waiting out in mid, sees Steel jump over the railing, brings him down. It's down to a 3-on-2. Monty and Dazed now looking to move over and get this retake going, but you know, it's going to be hard because they had Hiko lurking. They do cut out the lurker, and Semphis says hello to Monty. That was rude, and Dazed is now left for a 1-on-2. The timer is advanced. You got to wonder if he's actually going to make this play. I don't think he will even try. He will. He's going to smoke the door, come across, and look to the right. That smoke will protect him from the spam for the most part. He's got to hit this shot on Sean Garris to move on to fight the person inside the tunnels, but of course he realizes, okay, it's less likely than I thought it was going to be. So he'll retreat to CT spawn, give Complexity another round. They will look for their first, perhaps next round.
It's going to be tough because it's going to be a save round for him, most likely. And I liked watching Steel come commandoing off of Cat, trying to do that jump shooting onto that man in mid. At first I thought it was Daze, thinking he was back in COD, but not the case.
Yeah, no vector dualies dive.
Yeah, so we see Complexity is working their picks here in mid. No ops actually from Sean Garris, which is a little surprising because we know how lethal he can be with that gun. And they are going to be working mid here. It looks to be a base setup that we usually see from these teams is they like to set up mid and try to get something going. And it looks to be favoring Cat and A now, which they still do have 3 men. Homeless does in A. 2 over at long, 1 man over on the site. And just as I said, they were going to be working A. It looks like they may be actually working mid to B. Going to go to our number 9 man. That is nothing. He gets the kill, but Frost returns it, and Cephas managed to clean that up. So B is wide open, and the terrorists are going to be heading to that site to get that bomb planted and secured.
It's becoming a trend. I know it's an eco round, sort of, but Complexity is leaning heavy on B. Now mid control is their thing. That's their default. It's a lot of people's default, to be honest.
Yeah.
And as soon as they pierce through, the easiest route you can take is smoking CT and hanging a left. But you know, you got to wonder: is this a tendency thing for them? Is this intentional? You know, we'll look for that later in the game. Is this intentional? Are they trying to get Homeless to lean that way and switch to a 2-1-2? You know, there are a lot of games that they're playing with each other because Dust 2 is the game that everybody knows. It's that one understood rule of Counter-Strike, and the other understood rule about Counter-Strike is you don't spam with the deagle, but it somehow worked for Monty. Are they trying to get him to lean? You know, if there's a meta game to be played here, are they trying to make Homeless move over? We'll see over the course of the next couple rounds.
Yeah, it's definitely possible because standard setup for most CTA teams is that you play three at A. So I mean, if they could start beating up on B and get people rotating, then they could start playing mind games and attacking A and get them thinking, not sure where they're gonna go. But either way, that's 5-0 now for Complexity. We should see Sean Garris does pick up an op this round, so that's going to be interesting to watch. And I think we're actually on another save round from Homeless.
Well, yeah, we very well could be. Actually, do me a favor and pull up the tab screen here. After the bye, Semp is still at 10K. That's how good they're doing. Of course, they're perfect 5-0, and Homeless eating lead through smoke makes it even more difficult to chew and swallow. Hiko actually getting that first kill here has Daze and I believe one more teammate because I'm flashbang to clean up here. Behind the blue barrels, Monty thinks he's super sneaky, does not get the shot here. Everything is falling to pieces and only Frost left to contest here. Was there a gun on the field for him to pick up? I think there might have been one.
No. Well, yes, there was actually. Dazed had a gun, and he went down, but I don't think he's gonna have access to that as he just went down to swag.
Complexity. Now we know it's a slightly Dust 2. Excuse me. It's a slightly T-sided map on Dust 2, but maybe not this T-sided. Maybe not 6-0 T-sided.
Yeah, they're having really a great T-side here. Complexity is, and I mean they're looking really good. It's gonna be hard pressed for Homeless to come back, but I mean we did see it on Nuke, so that's an even more one-sided map, and they managed to get back in it on that one. So.
Well,
yeah.
I'm having a hard time justifying a couple of the plays that we're seeing here. Nothing steps out, by the way, and sprays down Monty. I'll let you take over your round here because I have a couple of thoughts to share later.
All right, yeah, we'll get him going here. But we are seeing the double op look here from Homeless. That's going to be Frost and Dazed actually wielding the op here. And TCK picks up a kill, and another one. That's 2 for TCK. They are doing a good job holding this down. We see Semphis is trying to work Cat by himself. Hiko does get a kill over at long, and now they're going to get a 2-man pinch onto Dazed, who does go down. Bomb is actually down over at the mid-Cat area, T-side. So they don't have the bomb. They're not going to be able to plant here, but they can make a play for it. 45 seconds remaining in the round, and the CTs are nice and spread out here.
Semphis has got to know that Frost is waiting for him.
Yeah,
he might even jump.
He's definitely suspicious. Frost there could have got that shot. Semphis peeked out nice and slow for him. TCK gets the kill on the rotating Hiko, but he's at 5 health. So this Frost needs to make the shot because Semphis can easily kill TCK, and he actually picked up the bomb, and he's going to be able to go and get it planted.
Really disastrous mistake there to let him pick up the bomb after missing that first shot as well, especially with his teammate wounded down to 5 health. Now you've given Semphis a 2-way go and a winnable situation if he can land a shot on TCK.
Exactly. Just one bullet will take him down, but Frost cleans it up, makes up for his mistakes over there at B. B-tons, and he's going to be able to get that defuse, and that's going to make it the first round for Homeless 6-1 so far.
That's a characteristic shot there. That's something that defines Frost there. Being able to hit that twitch shot, even though on GoTV, since it's a little lagged and we don't get quite as many packets, it looked like he shot out in space and somehow blood gushed out of Sempis. But yeah, great shot there. Finally there, a breath, a big sigh of relief perhaps for Homeless after thinking that this might be sliding away from them. 6-1, take a look at the cash situation for me, and Steel having the hardest time of it. He's at 1-7, has 0 cash here, and Frost gets the mid pick. That looks good, and it makes it much more difficult for Complexity to set up their strats, especially with their mid-spotter or mid-picker, Sean Gares down. Take a look at the overhead here. Mid-control still the emphasis of this round. Swag, Sempis, and Nothing sort of leaning toward mid. Steel now pushing. He's going to come up over the top, having a hard time, but sprays down Sempis, finally cleaning that one up. And Complexity now flexing, Homeless now flexing a little bit of muscle here. They're up by 2, and, you know, by no means is Complexity neutered for this round. They are still very dangerous with Hiko, Nothing, and Swag, but this is the sort of start that you definitely want here.
It sure is. And that double op pick from Dazed and Frost in mid, really nice job by them. I think it kind of got Sean Gare's wires crossed and he couldn't decide who to shoot at. As we see, Monty picks up one and Dazed grabs another one. So just as you said, they are a dangerous 3, but Homeless still holding on to it, and that just leaves Swag as the last member alive.
We have to emphasize how important it is that Homeless walks away with this without any casualties, without having to rebuy, with the exception of your nades, is a huge, huge boon to your team to allow yourself to give yourself some building blocks, some breathing room to start pulling ahead. Now, Swag, of course, has the same idea in his head. He's like, I gotta save this op. It's an expensive investment. He put a shot over Dazed earlier that I thought, I'm almost certain with wireframes that it connected, but of course, GoTV is GoTV, and Dazed is Dazed. Not the opera that we were expecting to see, not Frost, of course. It's a double op look, but he was the one who was hitting the amazing shots that last round. 2 rounds for Homeless, 6-2 Complexity leads.
Yes, I do. You said you had some plays that you weren't too happy with. Did you want to go over those real quick?
Well, you know, it's buyer's remorse. I opened my mouth and suddenly that unconventional play looked genius, so maybe I'll just let it lie.
Alright, so we see the strong push onto long here from Complexity. Monty is on a good defense here. He does pick up a kill, but does lose a lot of health in exchange. Dazed is there with the op to help him along, and we see 2 members are pushing up Cat. That is our number 0 man, Swag, and Sempis does get a kill, but Dazed moving over, he's on that. He's just everywhere right now in long, and he picks up a kill there. Sempis grabs Monty. Dazed grabs another one for himself, and he has a chance to grab him, but he can't. Hiko gets that kill, and now it's Hiko on a 1v2 situation. Hiko gets the smoke down into mid. Good, perfect smoke, actually. Blocks across, and he is now on the platform, but TCK probably knows better and is expecting him. So he's doing some peeking there.
For the bricks, yep.
Yep. Missed it, and now TCK and Frost are both there. Frost grabs the op shot. So Frost showing some promise here as getting back in the game, getting warmed up with his op here a little bit, and that's going to be good for Homeless as they pick up another round, making it 6-3 Complexity.
The contributions thus far for Homeless looking pretty even, with Steel trailing just a little bit behind. For Complexity leaning a little bit more heavily toward the top end with Sempis and Nothing at 8 and 11 respectively. 6-3 Complexity leads. They of course took the first map, and it's incumbent on Homeless to take this one to push it to a game 3. Smoke into the B tunnels to blind anyone who wanted to charge through, and TCK has the look of a man who's thinking, I might walk through this one this round. I might challenge it. Smoke in mid, a frag deep in to push anyone out at the near corner. Doesn't affect anybody, not a flash even. It doesn't look like a fully committed push through mid, but you can see through the mini-map that mid control is on the menu again for this game. It's a 2-1-2 for once, and no cat presence at all. If you take a look, absolutely nobody. Both CT players are down at long. They're content to do with a soft look at A, and we've seen this once before in this game already. But, you know, it's going to take a guess of really epic proportions for them to figure out that nobody's there. That or wall hack. Steel, by the way, is ambushing. Absolutely does the spider ambush there. What's that? I'm not even going to make a League of Legends reference right now. Sempis trying to find someone through smoke. TCK finds him first, wondering how TCK could even see in there. Probably just a really good guess. Last shot is by Dazed, who is really, really good with his op right now, and suddenly it's looking like Homeless has hit their stride.
Yeah, they have, getting 4 rounds here, bringing it to within 2. Complexity only up 6-4 here. And I think Complexity is actually going to be on a save round here. Not everyone has enough money to buy Swag, the only one sporting over 4K right there. And he does not buy as well. Days trying to get that early op pick in mid, not going to come up with anything. And we see 2 members of Complexity are pressuring the B tunnels, with a third one trailing behind with the bomb. So we're going to see Steel maybe coming up with kill here onto Swag. He gets the nade down. It's going to do a little bit of damage, and nothing actually. Taking quite a bit of damage across the map.
Cat push.
Yeah, cat push. Dazed and Steel on the cat. No, excuse me, Monty and Dazed, Steel. Dazed in B tunnels with the op. TCK extremely low on health along with Dazed, but that op shot is going to help along with that. So, playing really passive on this eco round right here is Complexity. Swag really low on health with them, and they are going to be doing a rush here onto B. The smokes go out. Dazed is trying to get those op shots through the smoke. Frost picks up one. That's the bomb, actually, entering first in this site with no backup, and he goes down. Steel grabbing himself another one, and Swag is about to be taken down, but he gets a nice headshot onto Dazed. That's going to be an op rebuy unless his team picks it up, which I'm sure they will. So good job by Homeless there, holding it down.
After a slow start from Homeless, they've made their case that they have not begun to lay down and die. They are still very much in this one. They pulled within 1. They need 1 to tie. Of course, take a look at your money situation here. They've built up that money. Lots of consecutive rounds with very few deaths have allowed them to build up a 9,000, a 76, a 64, a 52. They're looking real good, and they boosted Frost right over the top. He got seen because he got boosted so high, nothing calls him out, taps him out, he drops and loses his top. Trades on the other side of the map by Dazed for Hito, looking pretty good for the CTs. What's not looking good is Steel squatting with the nade out. That's a little bit embarrassing to be caught with your pants down a little bit. 3 terrorists left, 2 Snoozeby, 3 CTs left with Monty at the bricks, drops down, surrenders his position smartly. A distance flash there to protect him from being charged will allow him to escape relatively unscathed. The scales have reset. It's just mid-control thus far. A lot of thoughts thus far about how to begin moving. That smoke, I think, in CT indicates that they wanted to fake a move toward B, get the CTs held over there just to hesitate just for a second, leaving the rotate the actual option for them at the end. That's smart by them. That leaves TCK alone and by himself to come up cat, and he's making a lot of noise here. Sees the arm of, excuse me, that's Swag. Sees the arm of Swag as he backed up, and I actually thought he was going to get gunned down. I don't know how he made it out with his nade out.
Yeah, I don't know. Just a little bit of slow reactions there from TCK because he didn't take the shot, and it allowed him to get back up onto the catwalk platform there and just set up for the kill. So that brings it to 7-5. Complexity wins that round, and it's a close one still. Going to see Hiko doing a peek here over at long A, not coming up with the kill right there. And he backs out slowly. So we're going to see a setup back in mid from Complexity like we've been seeing pretty much all game. And we might see a push here at long by Monty. No, he's actually heading back towards the pit area. And we see 2 are actually waiting in mid. That is Steel and... I can't see that number on the mini-map, but I want to see Diz. Thank you. So Steel and TCK are waiting in mid, which is... where Complexity might be thinking about going down. They get the CT smoke going, but they are going to be favoring Cat, it looks like. See the other man over at B going to be coming through B tunnels to join his teammates, and Hiko will be entering long A. They actually, I thought they were going to jump down a CT spawn, but they don't commit. Daze grabs the kill onto nothing, but they are going to be stuck here. Sunfist goes down to Daze as well. Daze doing phenomenal with that op. And that's going to be 3 versus 5. Terrace still stuck on this A platform. They got to commit to this. Swag coming in, picks up kill as Hiko does that long.
How many people have died with nades out this game? Seriously.
Quite a few. It's a little interesting. Bomb is planted. And we see Hiko is stuck over at the T side of mid. He's actually moving his way towards Cat. TCK and Frost are attacking from CT spawn. And Dazed is over at the long A pit with the op. Frost had a chance to pick up one. He does onto Hiko. That's a 2 versus 3 here. Swag grabbing another one. Picks up a third. And
that's a quad.
Yeah. Great job by Swag there.
Absolutely stellar. You had a question.
No. I was going to say they were having a little bit of trouble, but Swag really came in there and just started making plays. And that round is pretty much all attributed to him.
Speaking of making plays here, Homeless is counting on making plays because take a look at the tab screen. Nothing left in the bank. All zeros except for Monty, who's sporting just 1,000 here. They want to buy and win this round and surprise Complexity, who may be thinking that they should be saving. But of course, they've learned otherwise now. Days backing up will probably have an op if they just showed me what he's wielding. Frost definitely does. He sees one at Cat. He's going to peek again, and he sees one at Xbox, misses the shot at Nothing, putting it just over the top of his skull. Nothing probably breathing a sigh of relief, thinking, oh god, I can't believe I just survived that. And Homeless's Monty sees Semphis hugging that wall. Probably regrets pushing that far up, knowing that Monty could have been scaling that side of the wall. He learned otherwise here, and if Steel sees the head of Nothing coming up over there, he's got to know that there are a couple of terrors here. He's got to know that the strat is set up to push through Cat, and you know, mid control is obviously a top priority for Complexity. That much is obvious, but they don't typically four-man or three-man hold here for the majority of the round, so they're getting cut down, and it's all by scouting efforts by Steel, especially when he also delivers kills. A triple for him, and good clamping down there. You know, they set up at mid, but they, you know, mid control was only just as much as Homeless allowed. They really just compressed them and made them back up into each other.
Exactly. They got aggressive on Cat, which allowed them to get into mid and, like you said, take control of it. And it threw Complexity off their game a little bit because, like we've been seeing so far in these past rounds, their base strat is to set up mid and then get something going from there. So it is 8-6. Complexity still in the lead. We see a buy round is going on here. I think Daze finally picked himself up a gun here. And we see the strat is still in mid as Steel is on defense here. Goes down for a trade. Semphis picks him up, and that's now 4v4, and it looks to be no commitments yet from Complexity. So they grab that kill, and they're just still being patient about it. Gonna see our number 6 man, that is Semphis, moving up onto Cat. Gonna try and get this pick over in A, but that's gonna be Dazed with the AK, and I can't tell why he's not able to see his head right there. But he does finally get the spot. Monty grabs 2 kills across the map. Dazed can't finish that off, so that's gonna be a 2v4 as Semphis goes down, and now it's up to Swag on the 1v4 scenario. Picks up 1 kill right there. There's another one TCK right there next to him. He does get it with a nice spray by him, and he does have the bomb, so this is very much possible for Swag.
Swag coming around, going to the B tunnels, will try to flash in and get caught with his nade. He rebounds off the curl of the door and saves himself from being killed. I've never seen that happen before. Please clutch so I can just start screaming like a fangirl. That was ridiculous. He comes over to the one box, Clay, and if he can just one-tap Monty here, which he tries to and fails, he's got a force plant here, and this is going to end up getting him killed. Daze is going to shoot him, definitely. Have you ever seen somebody throw themselves off that curl before?
No, and I don't know if it was intentional or what, but I thought he was just going to get caught with his nade out because, like you said, it's been fun, a little bit funny that these guys have been getting caught with nades out so much this half here.
I want to know, is that intentional? Maybe our viewers are more experienced than us in Counter-Strike, because I've never seen that happen before. And if it never has happened before, I'm going to call that a swag jump. You guys are watching Fixation TV's coverage of the MSI Beat It Grand Finals of the U.S. region. This is Homeless versus Complexity. Complexity leads 1-0. We'll see you guys after the break.
The legend begins with MSI Dragoon Army. A unique and legendary army comprised of an elite group of fighters. Now, pick up your ammo and weapons. MSI Gaming Motherboard Gaming Graphics Card. MSI Gaming Notebook, gaming all-in-one PC. be a new breed of the Dragoon Army with MSI to conquer any battleground. Top player, top choice.
Alright, so we are back. It is 8-7. Complexity is leading. You guys are watching the MSI Beat It Grand Finals here. Complexity versus Homeless, as we said. It is map 2. Complexity took the first win on DE Nuke. We are Fixation TV bringing you this cast. I'm Klops here with Cotton, and this second half is live.
Yeah, it is. By the way, Sean Gares just realized that everybody's on the other side of the door. He's going to back up while flashed, hoping that he survives. Our chat managed to correct us. That move has been done before, and maybe I'm just a noob. But thank you guys for providing me with that information. I've actually never seen that one before. 2 trades, leaving Monty the only one, the only survivor of this round by his lonesome, all the way in bombsite B. Fighting 3, dodges a nade, goes for another kill. Gaz 1 backs up. Survives with only 14 health, but if he can bring down Hiko and take this to a one-on-one with nothing, maybe it'll be possible. He's actually charging them, doesn't actually do anything about it. He's lost that round for his team. Complexity will take 1, probably tack on 2 more if they play it right, and Complexity will take a commanding lead if they come out of the eco rounds looking good.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that first half? Because we saw Complexity come in 6-0 on the first half, just really showing that being dominating the first half right there at the start. But then Homeless came back once again and just started winning rounds back to back.
I at no point thought, whoa, by the way, 3 kills for Swag, 1 for Hiko, give me a quad, that's going to be great. So that one, okay, we don't get too excited over Eco around quads, but that one was pretty cool. My thoughts on that half particular are just that those first 6 rounds might have been good Complexity play. It definitely was. You know, they wouldn't have won without good play by themselves. But it had a lot to do with the fact that they were severely limited in their economy until they broke out into that 7th round.
Yeah, exactly. Once they got that first round, then they started getting their money back, which allowed them to pick up more. So 10-7, Complexity wins the first 2 rounds of the first half. We see the bye here on the 3rd round from Homeless, so they're going for the gusto here. We see Steel, Dazed, Frost in mid, Monty waiting for the push in B tunnels, and that would leave Dazed, I believe, at long A waiting for the push as well. So they're just going to look for pushes because maybe they're thinking, hey, maybe Complexity thinks we haven't bought, and they might get a little aggressive here. So far, Complexity playing it safe and just watching their spots.
I love the attitude by Homeless here. And
yep.
I love the surprise because Nothing was the first person to tell them that, guys, they bought, but he's also dead.
Yeah, by the way, guys, if you hadn't noticed,
I
think they bought. Steel grabs another one. That's 2 down for Complexity. 3 members left, Hiko, Sunfist, and Swag. So they got some work to do. Hiko might pick up 1 here. Saw his head come out, and I didn't go for it. A little bit slow reactions there by Hiko. And he goes down. Steel on 2 kills so far this round. Frost doing some damage over there and almost goes down, but Monty and Steel finish it off together, and that makes it 10-8. Homeless getting back in it once again.
A flawless round by Homeless. Not a single casualty, almost. Well, actually, Frost walked out with 1 health. Not a single casualty there, and Complexity a little bit befuddled. They have now been forced into an eco round, and they're not happy about it because if Homeless takes this, they pull within 1 again, and that lead that they want to build is now, it's just evaporated. Take a look at your overhead for me. It's going to be a first push toward B to protect themselves, then a mid control with the number 5, 4, and 2 man. That's Steel, Dazed, and Monty. Nade goes through, lands right at Nothing's feet. He's sad. He's down to about 18 health. Somebody just sprays through. He's pretty much dead. Steel on top of the Xbox only gets traded. Not the trade that he wanted, considering that he had a gun, but Dazed will do the rest of the work. He's got 1 real close to him. He's going to pick up 1 more. That's a triple for him, and only 1 left. That's Sean Gares, who has technically a gun on the field for himself to pick up, but it's too far away. He's just going to try to hit some P250 shots and just try to weather the rest of the round. No bomb plants here. Probably the next priority for Homeless, of course. They want to get some money, build up, start building that monetary lead. And Sean Gares just wants to make it out of this one alive. If I can point out just for a moment here, look at both teams' KDs. It's so even. This game is so tight. You could barely tell the difference between the scores in both halves.
Yeah, sorry, Mike was muted right there. Yeah, and Still, Frost is struggling just a little bit. I'd like to see more action from him, especially on this map that features opping. So, I mean, we have seen Days doing quite well with the op, and he and Steel are still top fragging once again for their team. And then Complexity just doing well across the board. Sean Gary's falling a little bit behind this game as well. So that makes it 10-9. Homeless is getting right back in this. This is a buy round for Complexity. Sean Gary's wielding that op at long A. Not going to come up with anything, unfortunately, yet, as he moves back towards Cat. Steel grabs a nice entry there from the catwalk onto nothing, but Sean Garris exchanges the favor, and that's going to make it 4 versus 4. And looking at the setup, everyone's still playing a little bit passive. Semphis is pushed up a little bit in mid behind those double doors. Gonna see if he can pick up something. The nades go out and they do a little bit of damage to him. Nothing too major though. And you see Dazed is moving up on Cat very slowly, scouting it out. I think we might see a smoke here to CT spawn to either signify that they're gonna go
Molly!
B.
You see Dazed throw a Molotov just then?
I do. And it landed just short of Sean Garris right there. So I think, looking at the position of the bomb, we see 2R heading in B tunnel, so I think we are going to see that CT spawn smoke, and they are going to put a bunch of pressure onto B here as they come out mid, grab a kill, and Swag actually exchanges for one, but he is stuck in the site all by himself, and he's reloading, so if Dave just moves in there, he does, picks up the kill, and now it's a 2v2 scenario, and the bomb is going to get planted here. Sean Garris with the op had the chance to pick Dave's right there, but couldn't get it. And now Frost is hanging out at the window. So it's 2-man retake. Hiko and Sean Garris on it together. Hiko can be coming from the door. Sean Garris trying to pick from that window. And Sean Garris smartly switches out that op for an auto. Sean Garris grabs one. Daze the clutch man. Can pick up Hiko. Hiko caught with his nade out.
Oh,
Sean Garris is going for the defuse.
He's going to get the
He's going to get it. He's got the kit. Daze, I don't think he heard it because he was in that firefight. And yeah, Sean Garris comes up with the ninja.
Sean Garris choosing to totally disengage from his fight, realized that the sound from the AKs would probably drown out the start of his defuse, and also challenge the fact that his opponent was so far away and that he had a defuse kit. Immaculate game sense there to defuse and literally just spit in the eye of the Titter. That's huge, huge plays by him. Complexity takes a 2-round lead thanks to his efforts. Take a look at your overhead. Another mid hold here with Steel creeping up to face nothing. Nothing takes the first shots. He'll go down to about half health here. Not terribly happy with this exchange because he didn't hit anything. Steel walks away at 100. Look at this. This is what I referenced earlier. Standing up on top of a man below him on the catwalk, looking over at Humvee or the close corner, looking for someone to push. They're not going to get Semphis there. But if he did, that's almost a sure kill because no one checks that angle first. TCK looks up thinking somebody's boosted inside of that long A, foyer room, loading room. Hiko standing at Goose, waiting to receive. Still very tentative play here, very disciplined, and Homeless has got to be a little bit disappointed here. They really wanted Semphis to come around that corner and just receive the headshot gift. Steel will try his luck again and challenge Hiko, who's standing at Goose, who's swapped out with nothing at the beginning. Steel enters, dives into CT spawn, partially blind, will get removed from the field of play, as will Frost and Daze, thanks to a double from Hiko. Monty coming up over the top of the plat. If he can just hit that shot at Sean Garris, will even it up. It's down to a 1. Oh, it's down to a 2-on-2. Monty making big plays. Semphis is now stuck in a T intersection, hits the first one and didn't have this, while TCK didn't have the support of his teammates. Gets another. Semphis has a double, and that retake happened before a bomb plant ever happened. That aggressive move into that site really made it just hellish for Homeless to even set up. It was just chaos.
Yeah, it was a dangerous move. Steel's been having quite a bit of success here on his entry frag, so I think he was feeling a little bit confident there. Unfortunately, it didn't work out this round, and that round ended up going to Complexity. 12-9 now. And we see a push here going towards B. 3 members of Homeless, and 1 man in excuse me, in spawn, still picking with that AK. That's Frost, trying to get some picks or some peeks going for mid. Number 3 man TCK is waiting for that long push, and the staging area in mid is taken up once again by Homeless. So both teams just playing passive as they should be. You know, there's a lot riding on this game, and they're taking their time with their pushes, and it's really smart. You see Steel trying to make his way up to Cat once again to be aggressive, and he gets punished by some nades. So good job at Complexity right there, sensing that he was going to be there and throwing the nades to get him back off of that position.
They're playing pretty much mirror images of themselves. A soft look at Cat, a soft look at mid with a man ready to back up here. It's like screaming against themselves, and it's just a matter of who's able to hit the shots, really, because the flashes, you know, nobody's getting flashed. They're able to flick it away fast enough. The smokes, everybody kind of has them rehearsed, and they know how to deal with the CT spawn smoke. It's just who hits the shots today.
Exactly. And we see they have that CT spawn smoke, and they are coming out mid. Sean Garris is in CT spawn, pushing through the smoke, comes up with Semphis, and they pick up 3 right there. Monty and Frost are trying to get into the site. It was smartly given up by the B player. That is Swag, and he actually goes down. Semphis picks up a kill, and now it's up to Monty, but he can't finish it. So good defense there by Sean Garris and Semphis. They pick up that round for Complexity, 13-9 now.
This half has gone so fast. 2 rounds, and Complexity has the tie point. 3, and they've won it, and they'll move on to Shanghai. This is them starting to flex the muscle. This is them showing that they are truly deserving of the #1 power rank in all of North America. They are that good, and they are showing it here because Homeless, they are no amateurs. They are ready and willing to take on the best. It's just perhaps not good enough today. We'll find out in a little bit here after this eco round where Complexity looks to win it. Homeless's Daze steps through, blast Hiko. Hiko goes down, his body did a cartwheel on my screen. That's 4 left for the counter-terrorist, and they've made a solid entry into Long. They're going to hide 1 player in the pit. That's Steel, who's combating Semphis and dinks him. Semphis will take him out, not before losing a lot of health and dropping to 37. It's 4-on-4, but for an eco round thus far, looking all right for Homeless. Deagle here for Monty steps over the Xbox, looking through that double door. He's going to find and step through this smoke, trying to go for a 1 dig and not having any success. Actually, nobody hit anybody. What the heck was that? That was a little sloppy, but everybody will take it. You know, for the most part, Homeless is pleased that they walked away from this. They're pleased also that their health is looking pretty much identical to that of Complexity. Now, TCK on the long-range flank, he needs to contribute this 1 kill, and nothing will prevent it. He's done his job, and now it's left to Semphis to not have his nade out again. How many times can that happen in one game? Down to a 2-on-2, Frost and Daze facing off against nothing, and Swag. Now, Frost could pick up a gun somewhere. I'm sure there's got to be a one around here, but he's got one now, thanks to Daze going down. He's got a 1-on-1. He's got to hit this first shot. He does. It's down to a 1-on-1 with Swag. Bomb plant is going to be relatively safe if he gets it done right now. Swag coming through. CT spawn will nade up. Will this kill him? It does. Touchdown nade present for you, Frost. Nice try, but Complexity still too strong this round. 14 for them, 9 for Homeless. 1 step closer, Clay.
Exactly. 14-9. I'm wondering if that's just too much of a lead for Homeless to close it out. I don't think it is because of the work we saw them do on Nuke here. But they should be able to buy as well after getting that bomb plant. And they will be doing so. Frost picking up an op, and we're going to see Sean Garris wielding an op of his own on that CT side. So coming out through mid, and look at that. Swag gets tagged, taking him down to 25 health through the double doors. Nice job by Frost right there. That could really change the momentum of this round. And look at this. Hiko is getting pre-naded here onto Cat. Takes 2, which actually is surprisingly taking very little damage for eating 2 nades. So we're seeing the smoke go down in mid, and they're going to be able to set up here on the Xbox. And I think nothing is going to get aggressive here on Cat, along with Hiko.
Looks like he actually opted to just put down a smoke wall here. They're trying to prevent Terra's Homeless from having any sort of mid control here by pressing up real close. They got one by the door, one by the stairs, one at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, exactly. Hiko's still just tucked into that corner and actually facing away like he knows the flashes are coming. And he does come out, get that kill, traded with Steel. But Steel goes down, and he's been one of the star players for Homeless. So this could be bad for them. Trading out nothing. Semphis picks up Monty. Can't get a second one. He does through the door. Nice shot right there. And this is quickly falling out of Homeless's hands. It's up to Daze and TCK to get this clutch. TCK over at Long A could see Sean Garris with that op. Daze comes out, and he's going to distract Sean Garris. TCK needs to get up there and help his teammate out.
I don't think Daze had any idea where he got he was getting shot from.
I don't think he did. Yeah, Sean Gears does get that kill though. TCK is known where he's at. There's Sean Gears with the oh my goodness, the quick
Beautiful.
up close scoped shot, and that's gonna put it up to match point for Complexity.
This is the statement. You know, they've written their Magna Carta. This is their declaration. Complexity is the best, and they deserve it. They want to go to China, and it shows. This is the MSI Beat It grand final between Homeless and Complexity. Complexity must now just pen their signature to head all the way over to China, to my favorite city in the world, Shanghai. They are so close. They can feel it. They need this round. Pull up your overhead here. Homeless has something to say about it. They don't want that to happen, not just yet. They have a few rounds to work with to gain an edge, but this one, which is also going quickly in their favor, by the way, is the one that they need. Sean Gears, Nothing, and Swag, the only ones left. Flash over the top for Steel, will flash for his teammate and himself. They get mowed. Nothing sprays down two, probably unintentionally. It looks like Steel just kind of walked into that one, unfortunately. Daze will keep his smoke and not throw it for CT. Actually will throw it for CT to block. They will spread and head toward B. It looks like they'll be challenging, of course, Swag, who is holding the back platform here. Nothing on the rotate, is going to sprint through, going to CT spawn, but held in place by the man on the catwalk. That's Frost. Good play by him. Also good understanding of the map awareness to not let a free rotator come to abuse his teammate. Frost is going to face off one-on-one with Nothing, and Swag holds the site. Complexity's this close. They're going to go to China. They've won the grand finals, and Sean Gears is the one to ink the statement. Congratulations to them. They are your grand finals champions of the MSI Beat It US Regionals. That was close in the first game. That was